Welcome back, everybody. Well, this is going to be a little bit different of a video today, but I kind of feel it's important in a way. So I guess we'll make this my top 5 Amazon finds that are affordable. That you should look at if you don't have any of these things. So, first of all, disclaimer, I don't really condone using Amazon. However, if you needed any of these products, that's going to be the cheapest place to get them. So, I'll leave that up to you to decide what you want to do. So, let's go ahead and just get right in it here. So, first on the list is, and I know I've been talking about them a lot, but I mean, it's a good deal, guys. That's all there is to it. The Garberg. Right now on Amazon, the carbon goes for $60, and that's with these polymer sheets. Now, you get the leather and all that, you go up in price, but anyway, $60 for the carbon, $56, I think it was, and I'll put all the actual prices in there just in case I mess them up or anything there. 56 on it, which, I mean, that's a great deal. Like I've said, these knives used to cost $100 and beyond in some cases. So seeing them around that price point is much better, and in my opinion, that's what they should have been all along, is that price. But either way, so I'm going to call that number 1. Number 2, now this is something I don't ever see anybody talk about really, and I've never even really seen it in videos. And in fact, last year I came across this, and I wanted to try it out and all first, and turns out it actually works really good. So that's going to be this item right here. Now what this is, it's actually a bug zapper that is solder rechargeable or USB rechargeable, and it also has a light on it, which actually is a decent light. You've got like a spotlight here, and it actually does project the beam quite a distance. I mean, shocking actually. And then this one out here has the like a diffuser, I guess you would call it, for a softer light, like say, campsite, in your tent, etc. But this thing works absolutely great. I mean, it plumb zaps the bugs. Right now you're probably seeing a little B-roll action showing you the bugs and junk on there. So anyway, I think these go for about $20. Now this particular one, it's like last year's model or whatever, and the newer model, which you'll see pictures of here, is about the closest thing I could find. Now you can find this exact one, but it was like $50. Don't buy it for $50. For $20, it's cool. It actually does work. It really does. So yeah, talk about that. So my next item, number 3 on the list, are these Night Eyes cam jams. And I know you guys have probably heard me talk a little bit about those, but these things are awesome. And where I think they really shine the most, is in emergency kits, because, if you put one of these on your guy line, and I'm sorry, one on your ridge line, and then, one on each of your guy lines, you can really set up a tarp or whatever, really quickly. I mean, tying all the knots and everything is fine, don't get me wrong, I can do that too, but in any kind of emergency situation / survival situation, I'm going to want to be able to do things as quickly as possible. It kind of goes back to the whole carry a lighter thing. You don't want to make a bow drill when you're freezing, so it's kind of the same thought with this. Plus, almost anybody can use this. Like literally it takes 2 seconds to show them how it works, and they know it from then on. You know, so even like say children that are younger that maybe can't remember all the different knots and things, they could sure remember how to work one of these. It's so simple. But these go for, I don't know, they're about, I think, $7.50 or so right now, and they come in all different sizes. These right here is what I would call the medium size, because they do have a size smaller than this, and I think 1 or 2 larger than this. These are plastic, but you can get them in all metal if you want. Personally, I've used these things a ton, and I've never had any issues with the plastic. Now, that's not to say that I won't tomorrow, but so far I haven't. So yeah, that's gonna be number 3. And number 4 is this ceramic sharpening rod, which I think it's about $6, and you really can't beat it. It's like 11.5 inches long, and it's an Arkansas, hold on, the company is called Arkansas Stones or something like that. I don't know, it'll be in there, but anyhow, this thing works absolutely outstanding for the money. Now, of course, this isn't gonna fix a beat up edge, you know, dinged up and nicked up and in rough condition, but that's not what this is for. This is for honing your blade, not really sharpening. I mean, technically, if you're rubbing your knife on anything, it could be considered sharpening. But this just basically reorients your edge back to the way it should be, while still leaving a little bit of a toothy edge on there. It actually does really good. And here in a little bit, actually, I'll show you how to use this thing, because it only takes a few seconds, really, and show you how good it works. And then the last item is this right here, and they're selling these things, which of course, you know, these are the cheapo ferro rods, but they do work. And they're selling this pack right here for, I think it was $3.50, like $3.50. You know, 2 ferro rods, 2 scrapers, and one of the collapsible bellows. Now, you can't buy hardly any one of these items on their own for $3.50. And I mean, they're fine in my opinion. Now, one thing I can say is these strikers that they come with aren't the best, but they do work, you know. See, I mean, you can get plenty of spark out of it, you know. And if you have something, you know, like the Moragarberg that has a really good spine on it, you know, you can get plenty of sparks to start something up. And again, as cheap as they are, great for, you know, the kids to play with and practice, you know. And I mean, personally, I would like to carry a little bit bigger of a rod, you know, but those are 5/16, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you have practiced adequately, you shouldn't have any trouble using that to start a fire. Now, are there better rods out there? Of course there is, but can you buy those for $1-ish, maybe a touch more? No, you can't. So that's about the best deal I've seen on any kind of ferro rod, which they all come from overseas, and that's probably going to be going up in cost, or at least a little harder to get in the future. So maybe not a bad deal to kind of look around in this. But again, be careful and watch, because don't overpay for them, because some people, they're kind of deceiving in their ads. I mean, I think y'all know how that can go. And one other bonus item, I guess we'll call it, are these sniper veils. They're about, I don't know, $10 or so, and they're actually really good size. I think they're 3x5, 3 foot by 5 foot, or something around that area. And these things will really cover you up, and actually they work for many different things. Of course, it's a mesh, you know, so you can use it for a fish trap or camouflage, or, you know, whatever you could think of to use this for. And they work great. They really do. Something else to think about. Right, now we got this little Schrade here, which I never put my own edge on it. I just tested it and put it back, you know, and used it a little bit more. Anyway, it's not exactly the sharpest, so let's check this out. Oh, that's terrible. No knife should be like that. So we'll grab our ceramic rod. Now, the biggest deal with the ceramic rod, you've got to make sure your angle's right, because obviously if you're too much angle in this fashion, you're going to be digging in, or, you know, too flat, and you're going to be sliding over it and not getting contact. So your best bet is probably your first time is to kind of take it and set it on there like that, looking straight down at it, so you can kind of see the angle of your edge. But we'll do this in real time. And these ceramic rods do work excellent, of course, for, you know, recurves or convex edges. I mean, you can use them on anything, but they really work the best, you know, in my opinion, with recurves and convex. And once you do this, if you wanted to run a strop, you know, run it over a strop just a few times, you would really get a good edge on here. I'm not gonna go ahead and strop it, but you've seen how long that was. Look at that. Literally in that amount of time. So, I mean, that's with the wind blowing. A little bit moist out here, but whoa, wind's blowing it everywhere. So anyway, that was just that real quick, however long that was, minute or so. But they're a great sharpener in my opinion. And, you know, keep up on your edge to where it doesn't get too dull, and that'll be all you ever need, really. You know, you take that and a strop. I mean, obviously the strop can keep it where you want it, but if you get past that point just a little bit, that ceramic rod will really do a good job. Uh-oh, little sneak peek. Little sneak peek there. One of the super cool bags I made, we'll have a video coming up about that soon. Just waiting for some other materials to get here. So anyway, I guess that'll wrap it up. And yeah, y'all be safe out there, and hopefully if any of this stuff, you know, you needed any of this stuff, hopefully this was helpful to you. I'll try to go ahead and link everything in the description box. So y'all take care, and we'll see you in the next one.